Alright, so it came out easier than I thought, but it appears that my pen was broken. Here's the original pen. And then remember me guys saying something about two different. It's kind of skinnier on one end. Well, I didn't look at it really good, but it's skinny on both ends. So I guess that I'm sorry. It's just skinny on one end. But when I took this thing out, my punch went in there. Sunshine. My punch went in there and went in pretty easy. And then, well, first I took some dikes and I grabbed the little tip nipple that was sticking out of the hole there. It was like this guy was like stuck, like it's supposed to, like that right there. No, it was straighter. And I took my dikes and I thought, well, maybe I'll just try to pull it out. And it came right out. I'm like, well, that ain't supposed to work. So I went ahead and took my punch and drove it on through. And there is like a cavity so that when you punch it through, it's got somewhere to go. But I don't know where the hell the rest of it is. I stuck my finger up in there and got another bit of grease on it. And so I noticed when I kind of worked this thing here, I turned it, and then my fork kind of moved back. So I'm like, well, hell, there's another one of the problems. The pen broke so that it wouldn't even put it in gear. I mean, he got that combination of a problem, and then you got this combination of this problem here. One gone and one broke off. So I had a multiple problem. So, it's kind of good that when you get into something like this, like, there's your fucking problem. I mean, it would have really upset me. I tore this thing all apart, and the ears were still on it. The pen was still good. I mean, I diagnosed everything down to this point here. But, so, good thing, okay. Good thing it broke. I guess these are the weakest links. And, so now we just get to put it all back together. So, I hope everybody finds this useful because, there was hardly nothing on YouTube. There was two videos on how to do this right here, and I really wanted to have the video going as I was doing it, but I was up and down under this truck like, I don't know, 5,000 times. My shoulder hurts a little bit right now, but pretty much now it's home free, put it back together. So I'm going to grease the shit out of it when I put it back in. Put some axle grease in there. I mean, it's got grease down the pumpkin, and I'm sure it spits grease all up in everywhere, but I'm going to add some more axle grease to kind of hold things together. And of course, I said I was going to figure out which way this thing went in there with the orientation with those nipples. And of course, I did not. But I'm going to put it like this right here. And then I noticed on these plastic pieces, they're not completely like square. So I'm going to put the fatter part going down so that it'll go on there and slide back and forth. I took and moved them around a couple different directions, and it seems to go like that right there. If I'm wrong, well, hell, I know how to take it all apart and put it back together right. We'll figure it out. There's nothing in the manual on this. I really, these freaking Chilton manuals and online things, they just don't tell you the whole nitty-gritty of crap. So, alright, here we go, back together.